The Dorkening and all affiliated shows are not intended for anyone under the age of 18. The following may contain discussions or scenes that have adult situations, graphic violence, nudity, strong sexual content, and graphic language. This show is intended for mature audiences only. Viewer discretion is advised.
Persons under 18 will not be admitted.
What's happening, everybody? Welcome to another killer episode of Still Toking. I hear voices in my fucking head again.
We're in a new month.
We're in a new month. Yes, we are. We are in a new month. And so it's going to be a very short month. We have a show this week and next week. And that's it for the month. But we'll be on the road live. So really doesn't count, I guess. I'm super excited about tonight's show. Our guest tonight, we've had the pleasure of working with in the past, forming kind of a friendship when we get to see each other. That is, she tends to hide a lot behind the different things. We will just leave it there. Yeah. I like that. Yeah. The flashy one, Mr. Jeffrey Mark.
Good evening. Hey, everybody. Happy to be here. Yeah, this is going to be a good show. I just spent the entire afternoon with the BBC being interviewed about
tea and crumpets. I was having tea and crumpets.
No, he bought me lunch and everything. But so I've been working all day and I've been looking forward to this all day. It's going to be a lot of fun and a lot of new stuff. But first, here's a piece of old stuff. Who's got some new stuff? Our friend and our much loved buddy, Jeff Holman.
You hear that? He just called you old stuff. The fuck was that? Old stuff. Hey, happy Wednesday. Yeah, I don't want to delay the show, but I do want to make an announcement that I am taking a hiatus. Temporary leave
Sabbatical.
of absence. Sabbatical?
Yes.
Yeah, I'll be attending psycho school for the next a couple of months, probably. No, I'm just kidding. Personal issues, not issues, changes, readjustments in life. At that phase, I'm at that age, so I'm going to be backing off a little bit. I won't be gone. Every once in a while, you might hear that voice in Ben's head at the beginning of the show again.
Great.
Yeah. But it'll be, at the beginning, it'll be sparse and here and there. And as always, I'll still be doing the live when we're on the road, which is coming up actually. A couple of weeks, we will be in Pennsylvania doing that. So, but I wanted to make an announcement about that. And, I think I did pretty good. 6.5 years straight out. Something I never wanted to fucking do to begin with.
Right. I'm surprised you lasted that long.
So no, it's most of the time it's been a lot of fun. Most of the time, sometimes not so much, but and I still want to do it. But like I said, I need to get my head straightened out with new life changes and things that are going on personally here. So let's do this. Lydia Manson, welcome to the show.
Dun dun dun.
I'm like, okay, we can go back to the 4 people now.
Okay, see, I'm gonna, as an old guy, I want to test my memory right out of the gate. All right. So we first met you in King of Prussia, Pennsylvania.
Yes.
Okay.
At Evil Expo.
At Evil Expo, yes. And you were there because of the house that bleeds or drips blood or something.
The house that eats flesh, which is now in purgatory right now, fighting some legal battles. Yeah. Oh, fighting some legal battles with that. That's super fun.
That sucks. Yeah. So, been there, done that.
Yeah. Not me, just the film.
Yeah. No, I get it. Yeah, no, I get it.
Right.
Wow. Yeah. So I was accurate with that one. That was pretty good.
Yeah, you were.
Yeah.
You were definitely.
Hi, Jeremy.
You were definitely accurate with that one. And then we formed, like I said, we formed a little bit of a friendship. The second day she showed up to the convention as Wednesday Addams, which we'll get into because she likes cosplay.
I do.
And then it was a few months later, we called her up and said, "Hey, come be a zombie in the waterfall and get killed." And she said, "Okay."
I actually think it was I think it was like the next week.
Was it?
If I'm to be honest.
Maybe it was. I don't know. I mean, I'm getting old, so I forget shit. I
was like, oh my God, this is like the first time somebody said,
no, you're absolutely right.
And we did something.
We did an extended trip that week. We went to King of Prussia, and on our way back, we stopped at the studio and filmed for a couple of days.
Right. And then we came back to Mass, and then we went back down and filmed in Connecticut on what the hell was the name of the farm? They do all the maple syrup.
She's still my friend on Facebook.
Oh, we're still friends. Yeah.
I can't remember the name of her farm.
Theater.
Yes.
Yeah. Valerie.
Yeah.
Valerie Jensen.
Could be.
That's her name. But anyway, I mean, she had a gorgeous piece of property with waterfall.
Oh my gosh, yes.
All kinds of
waterfall that you could turn on and off.
Yeah.
Like not just like a natural one. Like you had full control.
Yeah, this thing was like 16 feet high.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We filmed some pretty cool shit there, which is in episode 3. If we ever get it finished. You know how it goes in filming, folks. But anyway.
And I'm another person on the show.
Mr. Jeffrey Mark.
Who was just interviewed by BBC.
I have no history with any of this.
No, you don't. No.
That's why I'm laying back because I wasn't involved, but I'm interested. So I'm learning.
Right.
Well,
we're just kind of giving the viewers and our listeners later and viewers later a little backstory of how Jeff and I met Lydia.
Yeah, we haven't seen her in a while, and we were reminiscing.
How 2 horny middle-aged men glommed onto a pretty young girl. We get the idea.
Parts 1 and 2.
Oh,
yes.
Okay.
You gotta have the sequel.
So, and actually, I saw her.
Not that long ago.
Yeah,
at Terrificon.
Yeah, I took my wife.
That's when I was telling you to invite me on your podcast.
Right.
And here I am. That's how long it took me. to season 7. Actually, no, I think I've been on before.
I think you were on as like
4 years ago.
I think you were on as like a co-host or something. We had you on.
Hi, Jeremy.
Yeah, that didn't last.
She disappeared.
Hi, John.
Like I said, she disappears. Like, you know, she does the cosplay, and all of a sudden, like, then she's like Casper. It's like, where the fuck? Where'd she go?
I deal a lot with mental health, and I get really depressed, and I end up going into kind of a cocoon, and I just shut like everybody out, and I don't work on anything. So I do have my disappearing moments. So yay for mental health, because May is Mental Health Awareness Month.
I was just gonna say May is Mental Health Awareness Month. So
the stigma.
Right. So folks, you know, mental health is a very serious thing. So if you check our show notes up above or down below, depending on where you're watching or listening to us, you'll find out all of Lydia's information. But at the beginning of those show notes, we do have hotlines for mental health, suicide prevention, veterans, Johnny Whitaker's the website that he has for addiction. Remembering those lost and loved, or I can't remember the exact name of it, but it's all there. Just check the show notes. Jesus, make me go all tweaky on you guys. All right,
so,
anyway,
go host on us.
Are you currently working on something?
I am working on a project currently. At the same studio we filmed at. Making the old comics from like the 70s, eerie and creepy, working with Bill Diamond on making those into actual live episodes that will be introduced by eerie and creepy puppets.
Mm-hmm.
You said comedians from the 70s.
Comics. I'm sorry.
Oh, comic
books.
Yes. I hear comics. I think comedian. Sorry.
I understand.
Very, very different. Never mind.
Never mind. All right, so that sounds cool. So are you gonna?
Hi, Jonathan.
I just worked with
Jonathan. Yeah, there's eerie and creepy puppets, so they're gonna introduce the episode. So they'll be kind of narrating it. But a project that I just finished in March with a couple of the people who have been commenting. Bonham Feeder, his name is John Westcott. He was actually our gaffer. Jonathan Spillane, he was one of our PAs, and he made us food every day. So thank you for keeping us alive. And then Jeremy Atkinson, he was actually one of our PAs. He helped do some of the, non-stop driving of cast members around. But it was for this film called Shiver, Slaying All Night. So I actually got to be script supervisor on that, second assistant director, and I actually played a character in it named Sarah. And everybody on set, I came out and they thought I was an actress that had just come on, even though they had been working with me for 3 days because I had changed my look so much to play Sarah. So, you joke about we talk about doing the cosplays and stuff. I love being able to change my look. But those 3 are awesome. And if anybody's looking for a PA or a gaffer, definitely reach out to the people in the comments. And Shiver's going to be awesome because it's a Christmas slasher, because who doesn't need one of those? And we actually had a mutual friend in it. Michael. He plays Santa.
Michael.
But also
we had him in ours too, but we killed him. We pushed him off a balcony. We pushed him off a balcony and watched his head go.
But we also have other great actors in it, such as Ron Sloan from Friday the 13th, I believe part 5. Mm-hmm. Aha, woohoo! And he was so nice. If anybody ever gets to work with Ron Sloan, he is so one of the nicest people in the world. We also had Robert Lasardo, who, he's been in CSI, Nip Tuck. Martin Kleba from Pirates of the Caribbean was in it. He was super fun to work with. Oh, hi, Vinny. I just wrapped a movie with Vinny last week called The Bottomless that shot locally. So like I would keep projects are I feel like this is the busiest I have been so far in my acting career.
Well,
That's a
that's a
good
good
thing.
thing. Yeah,
And I
absolutely.
feel like I am
Well
stealing
deserved
all of
too,
the
by
time
the way.
talking.
You're the
Oh,
guest. You're
No,
supposed to.
you.
that's the best show ever.
Oh my God, then I'll just keep talking.
You know, if somebody has a question, they'll jump right in. Huh, Mr. Jeffrey
Yeah,
Moss?
ask questions.
I will. I do.
Oh my
as a matter of
gosh.
fact.
Jeff, I
So-
cannot wait.
So this is the sound of my voice, and I have a question. You mentioned early on, and this is something that's personally important to me, Wednesday Addams.
Oh yes.
Now, is that something professional, or is that a cosplay thing you enjoy doing, or both?
It's a cosplay that I enjoy doing, and it I believe was the very first cosplay I ever did. And now the story behind Wednesday was this was right when they had announced the show for Wednesday, and I was just coming into the independent horror community world, and I was like I liked doing cosplays because I was able to change the way I look. So a friend of mine from high school, we did 4 photo shoots in one hotel room in one day. One of them was Wednesday Addams. And we posted these pictures right when they were announcing the Wednesday show for Netflix. And I was like, oh my God, if we can get me to go viral, I could play Wednesday, not knowing she was only going to be like 16. I am not 16. So it was still it was like a fun thing that I got to do. And I actually even because I was like so sure that I wanted to play Wednesday at this point because now this is my first cosplay. Everybody loves it. Like everybody's sharing it. It was so amazing. And I did some like stalking and I found the email for the casting director for when Tim Burton did Dumbo. And I reached out to her to ask her if she was working on casting for the Wednesday show. And I sent her the pictures and I was like, I cosplay as Wednesday Addams. I would absolutely love to like play her. And she emailed back. Never in my life did I think she was actually going to email back. And she was like, oh, no, unfortunately, I'm not working on that project. But that is the story of Wednesday. And so I started dressing as her whenever I would go to a convention. And then I started adding in more cosplays. I think at the King of Prussia Evil Expo, I had my Harley Quinn. And then the last day of a convention, I usually just come back as myself and everybody's a little bit disappointed. And they're like, who are you? Because they don't recognize me. So I'm like, we've been talking for 2 days. It's Lydia. So
The reason I asked, the reason it's personal to me is going back to the OG, the first Wednesday Addams. I went to school with her. I got my first kiss on the lips from Lisa.
Oh my
Loring
goodness. So why are we not interviewing you about this?
because nobody
Oh,
cares.
we've already interviewed him about this. That's how he became a co-host.
And I've sat on Lurch's shoulders.
Oh my
So
goodness.
the original Addams Family, I was a teeny bit associated with it and
That's
knew most of the people
awesome.
on the show, and then got to interview Lisa because I did a documentary about the Addams Family and got to
So
interview
you let me
Lisa.
go on with my boring explanation of just dressing up as Wednesday, and you had this sitting on the back burner.
Lydia, probably for this hour, this is all I've got. So I was saving it for about half. Normally, I'm a bigger presence on this show, but this
I am so
time-
sorry to be taking this away from you.
Oh, no. You guys
No,
have
that's
this
fine.
history together that's very rich and wonderful, and you've got all these fans. It's
Yeah, I mean,
wonderful
like
television.
we've been doing this is our 7th year doing the show, but we've been on the road now for what, 9 years?
That's it's before you
Yeah,
met
something
me.
like that.
Say like 9 years, and we've interviewed a lot of people, whether it was on the road or in the studio here. Lisa Loring was one of the only ones that starstruck me, and that was live on a stage at a convention. I was like,
In the
somebody else
moment,
ask a question.
while she was on the show, she was very affected by it. This little, 7, 8-year-old girl was calling people darling and showing up to public school wearing plastic dresses and paper dresses and makeup. And I was like, oh, this is just so terribly sad. And she could really hardly read and write. The whole time she was on the Addams Family, mom Morticia would feed her lines, and then Lisa would just parrot back what she'd said to her, because her education was, because of the show, just non-existent. And when I got to reconnect with her all those years later, just what she told me personally was just so terribly, I loved her.
Dark side
when we
of
were
child
kids.
actors.
Well, it doesn't always happen that way, but she's one of the poster children for it.
It's so sad.
Oh. So back to Lydia.
Did she remember your kiss?
Yes.
Oh, that's awesome.
Well,
But yeah, we could be back to me.
she learned at that age how to use a kiss to get what she wanted, and unfortunately, she didn't stop at the kiss. So
Give you a Woody.
it became, did it give me a Woody? I was 7 years old and I'm gay. Get real.
So the answer is yes.
Give him a Woody.
Right.
Yeah, no one gives him a Woody. Just flex your biceps.
It's so
all you
easy.
do is
Oh
go like
wait, I'm
this.
sorry.
I
got
ask for
nothing.
so little out of life. One of these once in a while, and Jeff is a happy man. Thank you. See, like pulling teeth.
All right. Now back to our guest.
Back to me.
Yes.
No.
So tell
Oh my
me
gosh. it's
why
so
is
fun.
Wednesday so fascinating to you?
Because I think I identify with her just being a little different, a little, dark.
Creepy.
I guess we're creepy and we're kooky. I'm altogether spooky. So, but yeah, I think having that representation, especially going back to the 60s, am I right?
Yes.
Is that what, I was like, man, I would look really dumb if I messed that up
No,
right now.
1964, 1965.
Having that representation, because I mean, I can imagine if I was living in the 60s as myself, it would be nice to be able to see that representation of it's okay to be a little bit dark and different. So I like that.
What's interesting to me about everybody on the show, every character, is they're completely unaware that they're different. They're so completely, that house is like they barely ever leave it. But all of the characters are completely self-satisfied who they are and what they're doing. And it's everybody else who seems to have a problem. They're fine. I like that. I relate to it also.
I also like it showed like they were a family. They genuinely, as much as they tried to kill each other, they loved each other. Don't
Hey,
we
Jeff,
all?
it's okay if I try to kill you once in a while.
Yeah, well, you've tried.
Well, not until
couple
I get to
times.
see him again in person.
Do
I saw
So,
Ben
speaking of
and I
that,
didn't
you
get to
have-
see you.
you have any conventions coming up?
I'm going to be at Monster Palooza at the end of this month in Pasadena, California.
Oh, near me.
Nice.
So
I'm in Palm Springs, Lydia.
Oh, okay. I'm in New York,
Where?
but like central New York in a very small town. So I always just say I'm near Albany. Like nobody knows my town unless you live in it.
What's
try
the
to be
name of your town? Now
secretive.
I have to ask.
It's like East Durham area.
What's the name of your town?
I'm not. I keep that a secret.
Okay. I'm from Brooklyn,
Yes.
New York. I know New
I
York
knew
State.
you.
Oh, okay. Do you know like the Kasaki exit 21B?
Yep.
I'm right around there.
All right. I'll keep it a
So-
secret. Don't worry.
As we just talked.
As we just said in our live. Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
No.
there are other towns around that exit.
Yes.
We didn't
Yes,
reveal
there is
anything.
very
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
specific
No, I
small
get it.
towns.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Nice.
Question for Lydia. Oh, a little
Of course.
birdie told me that you might be interested in taking up improv when you cosplay. Are you still Lydia, or do you talk to fellow Congos as your character?
Number one rule of cosplay is you don't break character. But no, for instance, I was at Monster Mania one year and I was dressed as Tiffany. I was working with trauma at the time. And I had entered the costume contest, and I stayed in character the whole time for the contest. Like, I was saying Tiffany's lines from the movies. I was carrying my Chucky doll. When I got angry with him, I threw the doll. I did not win. So then I was like, well, what would Tiffany do if she lost? And I was like, I was robbed. So I was like, I feel like, oh, hi. Hi, Lisa. So if I'm at my table, I'm dressed as whatever character I am, and I will speak to them as Lydia, but I do like to be in character for certain things. Like when I'm dressed as Wednesday, I try to keep just a frown on the whole day, even if I'm just talking to people. So I try to maintain like a little bit of the character while still having to promote myself as an actor and everything else.
Cookies. That's all I'm gonna say.
Right.
Go ahead.
Cookies.
That was for Lisa.
Oh,
Cookies.
I love Lisa. She saved me. I was cosplaying at TerrorCon, and I was like a 19th century vampire, and I had a corset on. And of course, I told Lisa, I was like, yeah, if you could just like do it as tight, so obviously you have a better shape. I ended up getting heat stroke in that corset because I also had a huge wig on, and it's, it gets so hot in those convention centers. So I told Lisa, I was like, I'm really not feeling well. And she was so nice, and she took me back to the hotel, and I immediately threw up and was like, I don't think I'm coming back. But yay, Lisa. She's the person you want there if you're sick.
Yes.
Yes, Jeremy was cosplaying as Art the Clown, and we thought it would be funny if I was biting Art the Clown's neck. So,
yeah, my granddaughter is in love with Jeremy. So, well, not the one that makes the appearances on the show on occasion. The other granddaughter, Ivana.
Oh, okay.
When we went to Northeast Comic-Con, and Jeremy was Art the Clown, and she was just. Jeremy, the one that had the little blonde pigtails. She was just like. Now, the other one that has the darker hair fell in love with Lisa's son and chased him around all weekend. So.
Well, I filmed with Lisa's son, and I told Lisa, I was like, oh my God, I was like, does he have a crush on me? Because if like he was just like following me around the whole time. And she was like, he has a crush on everybody. I was like, oh, okay. I did not feel special anymore.
Yeah. No, Alex is a good kid. He was actually a guest on our show at one point.
Oh man, I gotta catch up with all these people.
Right?
You obviously have left quite an impression with your coworkers.
I guess it appears so. I'm like, I haven't done a podcast in a while, but this is more comments than I've gotten on the last couple.
Well, that's the show.
Well,
they showed up
because
we're all here.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, we could just show up to one show
look at it. It's
all year. They're all here. Fuck it.
Here, yep.
Lydia, you mentioned a little earlier in our conversation that this is Mental Health Month and that you sometimes pull back from the world for your own issues. Yes. Are you comfortable discussing any of that?
Oh, absolutely. I'm fully open about my mental illness and like what I suffer from, because I think the more that we talk about it, then there's less stigma surrounding it. And I've had multiple people reach out to me and say, thank you for talking about that. Because, if you go and look on my social media, you see, oh my God, she just did a movie. She's got to be so happy. No, like I'm still struggling, but my social media gives off this air that I'm having this amazing life, and because I get to do these amazing, yes, they're amazing things, but at the same time, like I'm still suffering. I still have spent, like the last few weeks for me have been very rough. I've been in a very deep depression, and I've for the past 3 weeks have mostly been on my couch if I'm not doing something I have to do. I made a joke today to keep up my snap streak. I was like, I think there's a literal impression of me on my couch because I've just been lying in the same spot for days. So May is a particularly hard month for me because 3 years ago, I was forcibly admitted to the psych ward. So every May, I go back into that mindset of where I was and for that to happen. So I I talk about it one as to help myself, but if anything I ever say can help somebody, even one person, then it's worth me speaking about.
Well, first of all, bravo. Thank you for being so courageous. Is the diagnosis clinical depression?
I have clinical depression, generalized anxiety disorder, PTSD, ADHD, all the letters. Just
The alphabet.
so yeah, I'm alphabet soup.
Just put it in there, mix it up, and see what the hell happens that day.
You
Is that
know,
kind of how it goes?
and you know, when I get in these deep depressions, I pull back from like a lot of people, and I am always like, when I come out of this, I'm not going to let my mental health define me. Like, just because I have depression, depression doesn't have me. But yet I keep falling back into depression has me right now. And, I'm so happy to be on here with you guys. But like earlier this morning, I was like, I have a podcast I have to do later, and I just can't bring myself to have the passion to do it just because that's where my mindset's been. But it's been great getting to joke with you guys. So thank
Was
you.
We're helping, not hurting.
Sometimes hurting is helping. I mean, it's 2026. We don't kink shame.
Yeah. The
Was it
coach called and
difficult?
said thank you. So,
Hey,
As Ben's in a rubber room.
well, that was for you.
Oh yeah. Okay, I get it.
oh man.
Thank you.
Was it difficult for you to accept that the problem existed?
Yes, because so many times I just look like we made that joke before off screen. You were like, oh, look in the mirror. I don't like looking in the mirror at myself. And then when you get in these deep depressions, it's even worse because you're not taking care of yourself. Like I made a joke, yeah, my hair is dirty. That's why I put on a wig. It's because I haven't been able to wash my hair for days, But I think the hardest part is not being able to do things I used to do. Because I also suffer from a traumatic brain injury, which has led to a lot of the mental health issues, and also made it kind of hard to find. TBIs make you sometimes medically resistant to certain medications.
Yes.
So trying to find medications to help me with my depression and anxiety has been difficult. And sometimes I just feel like a dartboard in the bar, like, oh, we'll see what one sticks this time. Like, I travel, I literally have a gallon-size Ziploc baggie of medication bottles, just trying to get myself through this. So, I mean, I had all these plans for what my life was going to be growing up, and to be nowhere near that now makes it very difficult to accept that I'm basically letting my mental health run my life. Sometimes.
But you're here.
I am here.
Right.
I told you guys I was going to be here, and I'm here.
Well, and I think you're still here.
And yep, I'm a semicolon.
You know what I mean?
I could have ended the story, but I kept on going.
Right. So you're doing what you need to do. And you're pushing forward. And we're glad that you're here,
And I applaud you, seriously.
No,
I believe that everybody needs to go through everything that they go through in order to become what they're supposed to be.
Right.
Hi,
That's
Brandon,
just my belief.
for your comment. I read it.
Right.
But
So,
I think you're wonderful. I think you're wonderful.
Oh, I think you're wonderful.
You're wonderful for talking about it. You're wonderful for admitting that it's not easy.
And taking over your entire show. Yep.
No.
Well, no.
And I
That's
was
the
making
beauty
a
of the
joke.
show. The beauty of the show is
I feel like I've taken all the talking points.
Oh, no, not at all.
The show is about the guest. The show's not about us.
Yeah.
People don't show up every week just to look at the three of us.
No.
They show up.
Darn. That's why
they
I
show
was
up-
here.
I mean, I do that to look at the two of them, but the guests don't do that.
No. So,
So I shouldn't volunteer to fill in for Jeff while he's gone?
I don't think that wouldn't bother me, but that's up to those two now.
I'm just joking. Oh, thank you, Jeremy.
Absolutely. And you made a comment that you're not anywhere near where you thought you would be in life, but take a step back because paths always change.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, when I was a kid, I thought I was going to be, a fucking firefighter or a policeman or that, and I ain't none of that shit. I build houses, So you just got to follow the path and be happy on where it takes you.
I'm trying to find that path. Like I've been thinking a lot recently. He does look kind of cool, right?
Thank you.
He always brings the sparkles.
I appreciate it, Brandon.
And I liked how he had the snaps.
You know why I do that, honestly? Arthritis in my hands, clapping hurts, this doesn't. So when I applaud, I just do this.
Oh.
I thought you were going to say your hands hurt from something else, but that's okay.
No. There's a young lady in the house. I'm not doing that. Sorry.
I'm not that young.
Hey, this young lady, we threw her in a waterfall in a t-shirt.
You covered her in blood.
We covered her in blood.
Oh my God. I want to see that scene so bad. I fought so hard to walk under that waterfall because who was it? Was his name Stu or Stan or who was the GP?
Oh, who did we have with us that day? Scott. He
was so against me going in the water.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I can do it.
Yeah,
I can't wait to see that. Yes.
You know what else is interesting about battling depression and that kind of thing? Because I fully admit I've had my own mental health issues.
Who has it?
I hope it gets better.
Oh, it has. No, and I addiction stuff, and I'm 37 years clean and sober now.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you. But like from where I sit, a talented, beautiful young lady like yourself, there's probably thousands of other young ladies who wish they could be what they see you as, not knowing what your personal walk is. But because you've accomplished so much, it may not be what you thought you'd accomplish.
Right.
But if you look at what you have accomplished, it's pretty awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I got to meet some cool people along the way.
And that's very important.
These two included.
Yeah, me too. I feel the same way about them.
I had to think so hard because I can never remember which way to point it to get to the right box. So I'm so glad that worked out. I was having anxiety over that.
As
long as it would have been real awkward if I went like this.
As long as you didn't give me the finger, I'm happy with it.
Oh, no.
What is it you wanted to accomplish that you haven't gotten to yet?
I guess it depends on if I talk about like the trajectory I had for my life. My goal was to be a New York State trooper and work on the special response team. I actually became a corrections officer. I was injured on the job, and that's why I have the injuries I have. So I look at it as that was the trajectory my life was going. What I wanted to accomplish was to become the trooper. That was my goal. Like I went to college, I got the degree in criminal justice to do that. That was the career path I wanted. I had never in 1,000 years ever thought of myself as an actress or doing any of the things I'm doing. And I'm sure that's how a lot of people's lives end up being. Mm-hmm. But I know for a lot of people, like they grew up, they knew they wanted to be an actor. Like I wanted to make a difference. Everybody says that when they talk about law enforcement, but I really thought I could. But now the trajectory my life is going, I guess what I would like to do that I haven't accomplished yet would be to direct my own. I would star the short film. That would be my ultimate goal right now. to be able to make my own project and I made this. Like, I'm not a part of somebody else's project. I did this on my own.
Right.
Would you want to go to film school to learn how to do that, or do you think your experience has already taught you how?
I think my experience has taught me how. I'm not saying it would be great or an Academy Award winner. Like, I could make a movie. I would need a lot of help, and I know the people I would call to make that. And I actually, when I got out of the psych ward, I wrote a short story called "The Ward" about my experience, and
I was just going to ask you about that.
I did. I wrote a short story about it, and I've sent it to a few people, and a lot of people were very impressed with it. And my idea is to turn it into a short film.
Well, there's a part for a very handsome older man with a beard. Let me know.
Okay, I need, the guy who checked me in was nice.
Nice looking one.
You could be one of the nurses.
I just want to bounce off the rubber walls.
You could be the guy that was just standing in the corner of like the rec room, just like his head down and quiet. Like, it really felt like
I can sit and rock. I'm good at that.
I referenced One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, like in the story, and it's like, seeing like these different people that I don't even know what they're suffering from. Luckily, I didn't have to be there long. My psychologist was able to make phone calls, and then I went into intense therapy after that. But that is my goal, is to make that my first short film.
I think that would be an amazing short film.
I agree.
Absolutely.
So that's the plan.
100%.
Do you want to write and direct this?
Yes. And I would play myself, because I don't think I could see anybody.
Star.
Yeah. And, that is something I really hate about some people, because I never want to be that person that has to write a big part for themselves in a film. Like, I am perfectly fine being the friend. Like I haven't put in enough time, I think, to be a leading lady yet. Like, I don't think I've put in that time that I need to earn that to be a leading lady. So the fact that I would be writing, directing, and starring in my own short film, like, makes me kind of like sick to my stomach a little bit, because I'm like, no, but it's for a reason. Nobody
can play you like you.
Yes.
Right.
So that's the only way I've talked.
And you get a lot of support too. There's a lot of support for you too.
Right. Like when Jeff and I were filming the shorts, or the short episodes we were filming, when we were filming, that was kind of one of the things, is like, nobody could play us like us. The way that we interact.
Thank you, John.
You got volunteers already here.
He actually told me, when I sent him the short story and I was telling him that I wanted to turn it into a script, he's like, if you don't, I'm going to option the right from you. That's how much he said that needed to be made into a film.
Well, so I think that it would do multiple things. First of all, it would tell your story, which would help others.
Put you in a leading role.
It puts you in the leading role.
I don't need that.
It gives another IMDb credit besides the one you get from this show.
And Toking with the Dead episode 3.
And Toking with the Dead episode 3. And a few others that you've been involved with.
Yeah.
But I think anything to do with mental health, if there's a story that can be told, should be told.
I agree.
Because like you said, it could help one person.
Yeah.
So we just have to stock up on, Kleenex.
Yes.
And that's for crying folks. That was for crying folks.
Yes.
Nothing else.
Not
you dirty-minded,
all right.
You dirty-minded individuals.
Right. As far as like, you talked about, it didn't turn out like as you planned. You know what I mean?
Hi, Brandon. Thank you for watching.
You know, I mean, I never
Mhm.
planned to be here, but yet here I am.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? So it's going to constantly change. I'm going to
Right.
plan this, it's going to go this way.
Mhm.
And I just, the best laid plans, you just got to follow it because this plan will change into that one.
There's a
Right.
Some
very
you
old
accomplish, some you accomplish, some you don't.
there's a very old Yiddish saying. I'll say it in English because I'm probably the only person left on the planet who speaks Yiddish. But men plan and God laughs. Or
Yeah.
Yeah.
life is what happens while you're planning to do other
Planning,
things. Yeah.
Right. Yep.
Right.
Yep. Exactly.
You know, it's like playing 52 pickup. You just go, oh, that's where I'm going. Okay.
I think but the plan is once the cards are dealt to then pick them up and do the best you can with them.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck that. I throw them back at the dealer and say, you got to shuffle that shit. Something ain't fucking right.
He's stacking the deck.
Right?
You know,
Right?
and
What's with
never
all
be
the
afraid-
spades?
Never be afraid to go, oh, shit, that didn't work.
How many times have we said that over the 9 years? Oh, shit. I guess that one didn't work. Oh, well, next. So, yeah.
So how
Wow.
does
Who would have thought this would have gotten so serious by the way it had started?
It's all good. It's all good. You know, we can spin it to a happier note. But
Oh no, I'm fine. Whatever.
You
I was just thinking, I'm like, we were joking around in the green room and you were like, oh, the show hasn't even started. It's already in the gutter. And then look at where we are.
yeah,
You never know.
Yeah,
Which
I
way it's
haven't
gonna go.
mentioned a penis once.
Oh,
She wanted to laugh. There we are. It doesn't take a whole lot. So how
That's what she
she's
said.
laughing at you, not with you.
I'm laughing with you.
Go
Jeffrey.
ahead, Mr. Mark.
how does because a lot of the people who are watching are going to ask themselves the same question. How does a talented young person like yourself, if they want to shoot a short film, how do you even get started doing it? So from your point of view, how does one get started?
Well, you have hopefully a network around you of people that
Mhm.
know how to make a film. Bottom feeder in the comments, like he said, he's a DP and gaffer. So, and then also a director I worked with in the past. He's made 2 shorts with me in the cast, Tom D'Amico. I would immediately bring him in because I respect his opinion so much. And working with him has, he's the one that's always pushed me by saying you can do this, like, so I would bring in the people that I know would help me. So look to your friends first and then write a script in the right format with scene numbers and everything, because that is like a number one peeve, to get a script and I'm like, I don't even know what I'm reading. Like, just properly format your scripts, people. Sorry, side tangent. But yeah, writing a script that you think, and then being because I've been working behind the camera now, I start writing how I picture the scene already being shot. So if you haven't done that before, it's going to be a little bit different than, because you're going to have all these grandiose ideas about how a shot. I've like Ben and Jeff, I'm sure you went through this with filming Stll Toking. Like, you're like, oh, we could totally film this. And then when you come to the realities of it, you're like, why did we even think we could pull this off? Like, you have to
Well,
realize what
was
is
one of those-
physically possible. Because you're like, oh, anybody could do it. No. Yeah.
Yeah. It was
We
more
know
fun.
all about it.
It was more fun at the beginning.
Yes.
And then then Jeff gets his first concussion, and then then I blow out my knee, and then Jeff gets his second concussion.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, but we had the same experience as like you, being in the indie side of things, being behind the camera, building the sets.
That's the best film school you can go to.
Yeah.
So it's no
hands-on.
disrespect to anybody and that's why I was reluctant to say my experience on set so far would make me think I could make a movie. only because when I'm on set, like I'm constantly asking questions to different departments. Like that's how I ended up getting to know John so well on the set of Shiver, is because he was the gaffer. I don't know a lot about lighting, so I was constantly asking him questions,
Mhm.
and it was just amazing to see like how knowledgeable your crew could be. Like the DP on the project, Mike Magladnetti, I totally butchered his last name. I'm sorry, but the watching him work was amazing because he would literally tell John, "Oh, I need that light to be at 278," and I'm just like, "What?" And he knew exactly the shade that was going to come out. Like watching them
Mhm.
work was amazing. So get people that know. Matt, thank you. And he just had Mike just had a baby, so congratulations, Mike. If you never, I know he's never going to watch this, but I hope he does. But yes, so just getting people to make a movie, get people that know what they're doing, even if you don't. They surround yourself with
Yep.
people that do. Write a good script and try to spend as least amount of money as possible. Feed your crew.
That's
Feed your
one
cast
thing
and
we
crew.
always did was feed our crew.
You got to feed the
That is
crew.
a big thing.
Craft-
Like I know
craft
it. Like
services, stormboard.
it seems like, oh my god, yeah, of course you're gonna feed people. Okay, but like there's some sets where it's just like I'm dying. Like take care of. If you don't take care of your cast and crew, your cast and crew is not going to take care of you. You
Right.
know. So
When Mary Tyler Moore had her own sitcom, the one thing she took personal responsibility for was making sure that there were donuts and cake and bagels and fresh fruit and fresh vegetables and coffee and water always available all day long, whether they were rehearsing on the set, in a rehearsal room, because she knew that would come back at her in a positive way.
it does.
People like to
I've been
eat,
on
man.
sets. I've been on sets where I literally got heat stroke, was throwing up. I was assistant director, and this is how bad the project was. I had that. The sound guy got heat stroke, and we took an hour off, and we got back on set to finish. Like some people don't take care of their cast and crew, and it's sad because without your cast and crew, you have nothing.
That's right.
So that's why my number one thing, if I ever direct, is making sure everybody is taken care of. Even if it means I have a little less in my cup, so theirs runneth over, then that's what you do, because they're the ones that are going to make you look good at the end of the day.
Hopefully.
So I want them to be happy. Yes, hopefully.
Hopefully. Hopefully. So
that is an excellent attitude to have.
So yeah.
I like you, Lydia.
Oh, I like you, Jeffrey.
No, you're a very appealing person, and I love your honesty.
I thank you.
And I love your creative energy.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I love your creative energy.
Well,
it's energy.
I'm the junior member of this crew here, but I'm the senior member as far as doing it a long time, and you got an awful lot going for you.
You don't know how long I've been doing it. No, I'm just kidding. I'm sorry. I had to bring one more bad joke in.
I have a feeling your parents weren't even born yet when I started doing this.
I had to.
It's okay.
She's like, I had to. I just had to.
I only got to do that one. That's what she said joke. I only had one. I only said it once. That's like a record for me. Normally, it's definitely.
So,
but yeah, it's been great so far.
We're at the about
end.
6 minutes away, 6 to 10 away, folks.
I'm sorry.
So if you have any questions out there for our amazing guests, just get them up in the chat. We'll ask them as long as they're
appropriate,
appropriately askable,
safe for work.
I get an appropriate question.
Okay.
No, what do you do for fun besides when you're not filming and
You do stuff for fun?
battling it. What do you do for fun?
You guys have time for fun? No, I'm just kidding.
Everybody needs time for fun.
I'm at the point where I don't know what I enjoy anymore. I'm trying to figure out what brings me joy. So right now
Okay.
I don't do anything for
Honest
fun.
answer.
Well, she likes being on the show. She hasn't stopped smiling since we started.
I know.
She's got permagrin.
You know something I learned, Lydia, about having fun and all his question. They say that you don't stop playing because you get old. You get old because you stop playing.
Mhm.
And I make
Which is
sure,
really sad for Dick Van Dyke because the Legos only go up to 99 and he just turned 100.
but that's a good joke. But the point
Sorry.
being,
that's good.
there is an 8-year-old inside of me that I nurture and take care of. And I need to make sure that every day that 8-year-old has some playtime. And when he gets that, that's my fun. And I just feel better as a person that way. So the adult Jeff, what we're doing, there's no more fun for me than performing and being in the business. That's my fun. But little Jeff, no jokes, I have to make playtime for him. And it works for me. So I suggest that.
Yeah, I'm trying.
Talk to little Lydia.
I do like to build
that's
Legos.
a tough question.
I had when I was like heavy before I was like medicated for ADHD, I really got into building Legos. But the problem was I was building them so fast. I was building, and they are very expensive. And then it was like hyperfixation cut off, and I no longer wanted to build Legos. So I now have like 15 sets of non-built Legos I need to do.
So
But I saw there was some questions.
Yeah, we had a question come in, and this is for the group. And we'll start with Lydia, of course. What was the role/gig that made you say, I'm doing it? I am an actor, director, etc.
Of course, John, you have to ask like the philosophical question. What do you
I don't
think,
know the
Ben?
answer to that one.
No.
What do I think that made you do it?
No, he said it's for the group. So everybody has their own moment.
I'll be honest. I mean, I was a contractor. I'm still a contractor, building houses. Jeff taught me, but the point or gig that made me say, I want to do writing a novel and turning it into a comic book and turning it into a TV series and turning it into animation and then bringing this show into the whole mix.
Not on my radar 10 years ago, by the way.
No, it wasn't on either of our radars 10 years ago. We were sitting on a beach.
I was supposed to be
wives.
totally somewhere else at this point.
Yeah, we were on a beach with our wives in St. Lucia. We found a prominent family that got us some weed, which was nice. So we had some weed, we had some booze. We were sitting there pretty fucked up. And we said, man, we had a t-shirt business back in the late 80s about the positive effects of cannabis. But back then it was like AOL dial-up, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
We didn't have what we have today. We talked about it. We made a stupid fucking idea and it exploded. So it really wasn't a role or a gig.
Really, it didn't really. It went to a certain point and then that was it because our lives happened.
Right.
All of a sudden we weren't doing it anymore. Okay.
Oh, the t-shirt stuff.
And it went away for what, 20 years, 15
like
years?
20 years, yeah. You know, and like I said, we just revisited it one day and it spiraled into everything else that we started to create. So I guess my answer would be there really wasn't a role or a gig. It was just Jeff and I are creative. We started something creative and it worked. And
it was an idea that changed my life for 10 fucking years. It did not. It's fun. I do enjoy it. You know, I'm sorry I'm taking a hiatus, but like you, Lydia, I have to deal with things too.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, probably, if you had to pick like one moment, probably the first major award, getting nominated for a Grammy. And,
oh my God.
And you know, being in that audience with all these other nominated people, and it's like, well, you know, how much more than this could I have expected? and an Emmy, and I have a whole wall here of awards. Not that makes me wonderful. It just this stuff came my way, but it made me like, okay, I am a member of the business. I'm not a wannabe anymore. I'm part of it. I'm a peer, and that's awesome.
That is awesome. That's like a huge thing.
See, now I thought you were going to say it's when you
Yeah.
slept with Freddie Mercury.
No, Freddie Mercury came long before the Grammy. Freddie
Literally
Mercury-
and figuratively.
Yeah, Freddie Mercury came on a cold night outside of Studio 54. Not outside of Studio 54, inside Studio 54.
Back of.
I'm sorry, I couldn't resist. I couldn't resist. I just couldn't resist, Jeffrey. I'm sorry.
Lydia, I actually did have a rendezvous with Freddie Mercury. They're teasing me about it. It's
I
okay.
did not.
It's okay.
And I didn't get to kiss one. Wow, you have lived a life, my friend.
I still am. Still am.
Kissing Wednesday Adams.
You'll have to go back and watch our
Rendezvous?
interview with him. There's a lot of other stuff in there.
I will.
I'll throw one more and then I'll shut up because we're almost at the end of time here. I am the last living witness to John Lennon's murder.
I worked at the prison where Mark David Chapman was for 2 weeks.
Mr. Chapman, after he shot John, saw me watching and put the gun on me. And I ran like the wind to not get shot at.
Oh my God.
I understand trauma.
So,
There is no
Yeah.
way that I ever would have anticipated this podcast going the way it has gone. And I'm so happy for it.
Well,
Thank you guys for having me.
You know, Lydia, I'm a lucky guy. Ben and Jeff have been doing this for 7 years. I've been here for the last 2. And I love these men. They're creative, wonderful
great?
human beings. I love them from the bottom of my heart. So I'm very, very happy to be here.
I love them from like the middle of my heart and up.
All right.
We're
All
working-
right.
we're working
They got to
on it.
earn
We're
it. No, I'm
working
just. I'm
The
just
fucking middle.
The fucking middle. What do you mean in the middle? Yeah, where's the delete button?
The hell does that supposed to mean?
I
Yeah,
was
I
trying
kinda-
to think of.
I
I was
think
like,
you're in the
what can
middle.
I say that would make me sound like such a smart ass right now? I'm like, what could it possibly?
Well,
I'm
it
like,
worked.
what? The middle of the heart. That's
That
all
was
you get.
perfect. Perfect.
Nice.
All right. So we are a little over time, but that's
Yeah,
okay.
sorry.
So no, don't be sorry. Mr. Holman,
Yes.
no. Who do I usually go to first? Well, it's your last show, so I'm going to go to you first.
It is.
Mr.
It is.
Holman.
It's not my last show. It's my
Well, your last show
for a
for
while.
for
It's
a
gonna be
little
for a
while.
It's not
Yes.
goodbye. It's see you later.
Yes.
Last
Yes.
questions for our amazing guest.
Yeah. Would you ever own a rodent?
No. I accidentally hit a hedgehog one time when I was at work at the prison, and because I was doing outside perimeter patrol in a big F-150 truck, and I don't drive a big F-150 truck. And I killed this hedgehog, and I had to go out and move it, or else I was just going to continue to run over it because you go over the same spot. And it irked me so much to have to move this dead rodent that I would never own anything. I'm not a pet person.
That was a tough question.
Sorry.
Okay, what do you? No, that's okay. Let's see how this one turns out. What do you put on your pizza?
Pepperoni mostly. I'm boring. Mushrooms are good.
Pepperoni, yeah. Nice. Okay. Those are my questions.
For John,
when am I
I
gonna
did
see
not
you next?
sidestep your question. I haven't had my I have done it moment yet, I don't think. But when am I going to see you next? What is your next show?
2 weeks.
Nope,
Pennsylvania.
won't be there. Are you going to be at Monster Bash in Pittsburgh?
Thank you, Jonathan.
Thank you, Jonathan.
Won't be there.
Oh. Are you going to be at Dead of Winter in Worcester, Massachusetts?
When's
It's
that?
in July. It's at the DCU Center. You should totally sign up.
I wonder who's doing that. I haven't seen that one.
Yeah, I think it's like their third or fourth year. Who's gonna be there? Mike Levy is gonna be there, Marcus Slavian, Damon Maffey, Powell from The Exorcist 3 are some of the guests that I can remember right now. I'm actually going to be on my first panel. I'm going to be on a film panel.
Good for you.
So,
Mr. Mark, last questions?
If someone, whatever their issue was, came to you and said, I have an issue, is there like a first piece of advice you'd give someone who asked you for advice?
As far as like living with it?
Yeah.
Oh, I would say that even though you're always going to tell yourself you're alone, you're really not alone. Like, the voices they're lying to you.
Excellent. See, I knew I
Now
liked
they
you.
tell me.
Yeah,
Right,
Jeremy's going
right.
to be a dead winner.
Nice. So I don't really have a last question because you've already told us that you geek out about Legos. So that would have been my question.
I do.
But that's okay because I generally don't ask a last
see-
question during the shows.
Wouldn't that have been the answer to what do you do for fun? The Legos?
Yeah, but I haven't built it. I got like super fixated on them, and then
You couldn't do it.
one day I just stopped. I literally have a half-built Lego set in a gallon Ziploc baggie. It's the Book of Monsters from Harry Potter. I just hit the spot where I was like, I don't want to do this anymore.
Right.
So now I have all these
So-
Lego sets I haven't built.
So
Well, maybe there's
with-
some deserving underprivileged Lego person out there who could use what
Lydia.
you don't want to play with.
No, I mean, I want to get back to building them.
I know. I'm taking a joke.
I was like, don't make me sound like the person that doesn't want to donate toys.
No.
I'm not that heartless.
And she'll include the batteries too. So
Boy.
on that note,
I am not going to be at New Jersey Horror Con. That is when I'm going to be at Monster Palooza. So I'm going to miss Lisa and Jeremy at that one. But
So-
I hope you guys sign up for Dead of Winter. It would be great to work with you guys again.
Yeah. We'll have to check into that one. So, folks, you know how the ending goes. Lydia, when you interact with your fans and friends, what social media platform do you prefer?
Instagram is fine. It's Lydia Manson 88. I'm on TikTok, Lydia Manson 88. And then just Facebook, Lydia Manson. So
There
Yeah,
you go,
easy
folks.
peasy.
You heard it. Just check the show notes.
show notes
Check the show notes.
below.
Mr. Jeffrey Mark.
yes.
Same question.
Same question. Jeffrey Mark is at spell below me here. For those of you who are listening and not looking, GeoffreyMark on Facebook, Jeffrey Mark Showbiz on Instagram. And say, if you're having a good time with us today, we have another show. Well, we kind of all three, but really only two, but all three. Jeffrey Mark plays Ella, GPE, every week. I play the music of the great Ella Fitzgerald, about whom I have written 2 books, and play them on a theme and give you all the insider info on the music and the songs and Ella's life. Ben produces it. Randy West is our announcer, and Jeff sprinkles his love all over it. So please come join us for that as well.
Mr. Holman.
I bid thee farewell. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, go to stilltoken.com and you'll find out everything. We'll be there. I will see you next on the road. Yeah, I think lights out.
Ooh,
Ooh. He said bye.
he sure did.
So, yeah, like Mr. Holman said, stilltoking.com. You can find out everything you want to know about us, this amazing show, Toking with the Dead on Facebook. You can follow our tour there. Yeah, to all our veterans and first responders, we want to thank you for doing what you do so people like us can come up here and do what we do.
Yes.
Stay safe. We'll see you next week.
Have a happy.
Out of here.